My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Shadows over Loathing. Alright, we've ended back up in Ocean View City after a brief jaunt over to Crystal Dream Lake. Is there anything we want to complete here still remaining in Ocean City? We've picked up Molly Buttons, the unsinkable. She will shoot us a wink. We got our Calliope and Ishmael bonuses for the cats that we've petted. I can't think of anything else in this general environment. We resolved the chop shop in the last episode. We've already fully resolved Dirch's house. We haven't slept. Nothing to do in the tentacle. Alright. I think it's time for us to go to the bus stop and make our way to Crystal Dream Lake. Now, in Crystal Dream Lake, we should probably make our way over towards, I don't know, one of the ones we haven't been to prior. Maybe the distillery or the junkyard. Now, that dam, we've been to that in this time. Yeah, we've been to that in this time. But when we were there... No, wait, was it the hardware store? We got a installation of a porta potty in the museum. So I should go and check that, because that's a bunch of experience, probably. In a thickly overgrown and essentially sunless part of the woods, you happen across two large and burly vampires. They seem pretty ticked off. They're growling menacingly, shoving each other around and so forth. Some kind of spooky territory dispute? Or maybe one of them drank a tourist the other one was saving for a special occasion? The nature of their argument is unclear. What is clear is that these guys are very strong, and you'd better be sure of yourself if you plan to do anything before they notice you. Oh, absolutely, I'll fight them. Brutish vampire. They have spooky armor as well as some physical armor. There's a hematic orbulus, which will heal all of its allies for 6. When it's defeated, it will heal everyone for 12, including our own. Excellent. Well, knowing the power of all of my stuff at the moment, I'm gonna go for the Sacks of Violence for 5 damage AoE. Yeah, there we go. One of them goes immediately into the ground. And I'll follow up with removing the Vampire Conjurer, who was otherwise going to be harming Molly. Molly does 1 damage 7 times, which I imagine won't even manage to pierce the physical armor of either of these enemies. So I think realistically what I want to do is lower their strength with a little bit of a clobber. Maybe there's a damage reduction threshold of you do a minimum of 1 damage anyway, and maybe I should check that actually. Yeah, if I can get Molly the ability to attack again, I'll do it. Because I would like to see, do we do... Okay, we still do 7 damage there despite the armor of the others. So yeah, physical armor still can't negate the entirety of damage. You won! You collect a fair payment from each vampire for beating up the other one on their behalf. I get 8 experience, 25 meat, and a bloodle. It's a piping hot strudel filled with blood instead of, I don't know, raspberries or whatever strudels normally have in them. Increases your max HP by 5 and makes you immune to bleeding until you eat something else. Interesting. Gregovich also gets 1 level stronger and 1 maximum HP for it. Ah! This outhouse has another one of those time portals in it, because apparently it's impossible for us to make a game that doesn't include a blatant Day of the Tentacle reference. Eventually I will play that game, I imagine. Flush yourself through. Ah, to the old village of Sandwich. Welcome to Sandwich. Don't break the law, please. No promises. Someone led this horse to water, but the water is finishing the job itself. The horse, rather, is finishing the job itself. This discarded newspaper says it's March 3rd, 1692. That's a few days before the last entry in the diary from Putnam House. Oh, hi. Come on right in. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. No, not at all. We're glad to have visitors when my husband's out riding the circuit. My name's Ryan Who. A pleasure, I'm Teresa Danforth. Everyone has a high-pass filter over their voice in this period of time. That's how it worked. What? You think that's because radio play technology required the flattening of these signals to a certain degree? And not only for the transmission across the radio waves, but also because of the quality of the materials at the time? You sound insane right now! Everyone had a high-pitched voice. TV wouldn't lie to me.
What an unusual outfit. Where are you from?
I guess you could say I'm from Ocean City.
Oh, the big city. That must be much more exciting than our little village.
Don't sell this place short. This place is more, modern. That's all. Or the city is more modern, rather. You said your husband's riding the circuit?
He's a judge for the county. Most of the little towns out this way are too small to have their own court house and judge, so they save up their legal matters and Clarence rides around to settle things once a month or so.
That must take a while. Does he get lonely while he's away?
Oh, our boy Tom and I keep each other company well enough.
Your husband's still out riding the circuit?
Indeed, Clarence will be gone for many days, but our boy Tom and I will keep each other company well enough.
All right. I feel like we're getting detail here, right? So, I'm gonna draw this one with a hat. You are Judge Clarence. We've interacted with Ms. Danforth. Ms. Danforth? Sorry, Mrs. Danforth, rather. That makes sense. And their child is Tom. So I already knew, I guess, the relationship between these people. We've seen their gravestones. What I'm thinking is maybe I'm supposed to figure out the name of each of the... You know what? I'm trying to figure out the puzzle without knowing what the puzzle is. This is exactly what I said earlier not to do. Don't do what Donnie Don't did. Nice clean wash basin, as one would hope it would be. I'm gonna splash some water on my face and lose my hand injury. Because I used my hand to splash the water, you see. And then I will fish with the salty fishing rod. A handful of clean water I found. Not much signs of potion brewing here, unless tea counts, which it does. No secret passage. There is zero reason for you to expect there to be one. Yet. A handmade bed, which has been made, presumably, also by hand. And a bunch of barrels over here. Oh, those are some books. This kid's a real reader. All the titles look pretty boring, though.
What's with all the barrels? We won our year's supply of cream at the last county fair. Didn't really expect them to give it all to us at once. None of us really even particularly care for cream. Would you care for a ladleful or a whole barrel?
No thanks. I'm good. Makes sense why they're selling so much sandwich cream, still to this day! That's a lot of cream. The door to this house is locked. If only you had some way to unlock things that are locked. I can't imagine the kind of item that might allow such egress. A water trough. Fulfilling its destiny of hydrating a horse. I try to fish in it, but I better not. You might accidentally give the horse a lip piercing. And who knows how long before those will be fashionable. Well, well. Fishing well. Pull out the salty sea rod. This seems more appropriate. You get 3 meat. There's some meat on the hook. I'm going to continue fishing. There's some more meat down there. 2 meat. Told you. 3. Wow. Very little meat on... Oh, right. Inflation. By the time I go back to the other time zone, that's going to become 12 trillion meat. Make some smart investment moves. Take back the almanac. A group of 3 kids is gathered around a little girl holding an odd doll. Wait, okay, they are all kids, good.
Order! Order! Come on, if we're gonna have a trial, we gotta do it properly. I don't see why we gotta have a dumb old trial anyway. We all know she's guilty. I didn't do anything. Why are you so mean to me?
I continue watching. I don't intervene. I'm not even given the option to intervene. I would if I could, but I can't, so I shan't.
'Cause you're weird and an outsider. I only live a half-mile down the road. I was born here. Yeah, but your family's outsiders. Outsiders. Your father wasn't born here. My family's been here for like 60 generations. Closer to 4, actually, but the larger point still stands.
The little girl bursts into tears. Intervene! I was given the option. I knew I would eventually. Hey, you kids, what's going on here?
Huh? Who are you? I've never seen you around here before.
I'm Ryan. I'm a traveler?
Well, we're having a trial for the crybaby Patricia. I'm Tom, I'm the judge, and that's Delia, the jury, and Peter's the executioner.
Executioner? Holy jeez, kid.
Well, we're not literally gonna execute her, probably. My pa says you shouldn't decide on the punishment till after the conviction.
Uh-huh. Well, how's it going?
Not great. Patricia just keeps crying instead of presenting any kind of proper defense.
I see.
Will you be my attorney? Attorney. Will you be attorney? Well, that's a good idea, actually. Maybe you can present the case, and she can cry as much as she wants. How's she gonna pay for it? My father isn't gonna lend attorney fees to some slanderizing crybaby.
Looks like at the time, oh boy, I gotta go. Cause in 1692, no, I guess I'll do it pro bono.
Oh, thank you.
So, what's the trial about?
The defendant stands accused of 3 crimes. Stealing Tom Danforth, that's my gold pocket watch, defacing the public outhouse with a very rude slogan about Peter Proctor, and making a weird doll. I didn't do any of those things. You've got the weird doll right there. Look, it's got 3 arms. That's weird. But it was regular when I made it.
She starts crying again. Okay, what do I need to do?
Well, we're at the part of the trial where the defense would submit evidence that contradicts one of the charges.
What were the charges again? Okay, the stealing of a pocket watch, the vandalizing the outhouse, and the weird and asymmetrical doll.
Promises don't count in a court of law. You've got to prove it.
It's okay, Patricia. I got this. I'll be right back.
You can't just leave. We're in the middle of a trial.
Yeah, but what if I have to go?
That's what I'm saying. You can't.
No. I mean, what if I have to go? You know.
Oh,
Look, kid, I just can't unload in the middle of a church.
Oh, geez. All right, fine. I hereby suspend the trial for a short recess.
Thank you. A regular church altar. One of the kids has left a gloopy jam sandwich lying in the corner. That's our mysterious red stain. It's not actually blood. The sign is written in crayon. Today is the trial of Patricia Williams, who stands accused of stealing Danforth's pocket watch, making a dumb-looking doll, and writing Peter Proctor as a stinky rude word head on the wall outside of the outhouse. Alright, I gotta go resolve these. The sign says, Sandwich Gazebo, vagrants not welcome. That's not very friendly. I vandalize it. You look around to make sure no one's watching and scratch the "not" off of that sign. Take that, authority. If you like this tub of daisies, I have good news. There's 2 others just like it. Unfortunately, each of them say that. I was hoping for an additional. Ooh, state-of-the-art toilet facility. You poke your head inside. There's some graffiti scratched on the wall. Peter Proctor is a stinky doo-doo head. I make a rubbing of it with my rubbing paper. You get a copy of the graffito for your records. Sandwich outhouse graffiti rubbing. Peter Proctor is a stinky doo-doo head. Looks like there's nothing else in that state-of-art facility for us. How about in the cemetery? Beatrice Proctor died last year. Alicia Proctor 3 years prior. Joseph Putnam, Marianne Putnam. We know this is the one that's covered in moss, I guess. Bartholomew Danforth, Patience Danforth. Alright, I'm back out, and there's this house, naturally, but let's go into the basement first. This leads down to a root cellar, presumably. The door is locked with an expensive German combination lock, requiring a 5-letter word. I enter a combination. Ease. Oh no. Ah, well, those roots are probably sour anyway. Good, okay, I can enter another one. It would be awful if I couldn't. Looks like this chessboard was abandoned mid-game. I make a move, you consider the board for a movement, then make a move. Now white is winning. Too bad, black. It's an Aris, depicting several heiresses. I hide behind it. You hide behind the Aris, hoping the Proctors aren't genealogically Danish. Fortunately, Ms. Proctor doesn't seem to have noticed your move. Her conversation gradually returns to a less hushed, more easily eavesdroppable volume. I drop upon her these eaves.
Did I mention we've been picking out some new furniture for the bedrooms?
Oh, really?
Yes, bureaus and armoires and the such. I found a delightful little nightstand for Peter's room. It even has a secret compartment in it for when he's older and needs to hide little sinful lithographs from us.
How charming. How interesting.
Excuse me, can I help you with something?
No thanks, I'm fine.
Sorry, what I'm getting at is why you're in my house.
Oh, I'm just looking around?
Look, I'm not one to be inhospitable to uninvited guests, even total strangers. But I do have company at the moment, so if you'll excuse me.
Oh, sure, no problem. An impenetrable barrier. Ms. Proctor shoots you a stern look. Fortunately, she's too genteel to just throw you out the heck out of her house. She returns to a conversation, though at a level too hushed for you to hear. I already overheard it, though. Do not worry. I've heard everything. Alright, so I guess one of the things is I can't get into the kid's room in the other time. Although maybe now I will have reason to get into the room, so I will go up to the rope and just go, oh, yeah, fine, I move the rope and go in. That kind of thing, you know. That door's locked. Can't do anything like that. Yeah, I think I just gotta go to a different time zone. Specifically the 19th century. I know all of your secrets about this sandwich cream. You're gonna have to sell me a bunch of it for really, really cheap, because I know the true state of the supply and demand. Platinum House. The antique ragdoll. Okay. It has the word boring embroidered across the front. Witches frequently use special dolls called poppets to curse their enemies. This one was apparently made to target a Mrs. or Ms. Boring. I don't know what that name is on the record. Pins were not found with the poppet, they were added for demonstrational purposes. And the old book is Diary of Delia Putnam. Excellent, so I'm going to be taking this one. Mostly it doesn't look interesting enough to be worth deciphering the archaic handwriting and spelling, so you flip ahead to the last page.
6th of March, 1692. I hate that Peter Proctor so much. He thinks he can just go around being as mean as he wants to anybody, just because he has a lot of money and lives in a big house and all. I should have used a much stronger curse. It would have been worth the trouble.
Wait a minute! This handwriting matches the graffiti from the outhouse! I tear the page out. You look over your shoulder to see if the guard is watching you. You're gonna have to distract him if you want to get away with tearing a book out of this page. Or the reverse of that, rather. And then get away with the page you... Hang on. Sorry. You're gonna have to distract him if you want to get away with tearing a page out of this book. And then get away with the page you tore out of the book. Leave. Hey! Just bamboozle Moxie's enough. I trick him into leaving. Hey, buddy.
Sorry, I actually get paid to just stand here and keep an eye on things. I don't actually know anything about the exhibits.
Oh, huh, guess that won't work. Oh, interesting. I'm not even allowed to trick him. I get intercepted too quickly. Everything in the house was destroyed by the fire except these two objects, which were found concealed inside a metal box. Interesting. Spot's all fished out, makes sense. Hey, here's the vagrant. Looks like the change you made to the sign had an effect. There's a hobo hanging out here eating sandwich cream right out of the jar. I talked to him / her. Hi there! Enjoying the sandwich cream?
Sure am, I can't get me enough of this stuff. That's probably why everyone calls me Creamy Steve.
Probably, yeah.
Best sandwich cream in the tri-state area right here. It's a traditional recipe.
I want to tell him about the hobo camp after I ask him about the hobo code. Do you know any hobo code, Creamy Steve?
Sure, I know 2 words.
Is one of them cream?
Yeah, and the other one's here.
Hobo code knowledge increased. I tell him about the hobo camp. You know, there's a hobo camp over by Ocean City. I bet they'd be interested in this cream.
Oh, huh, you think so? I'd love to share this with other like-minded individuals.
Sure. You could set up an extremely specific trade route.
Sold!
Creamy Steve runs into the gift shop to get more cream for the road. I get 15 experience for it. Nice gazebo. Hey! Sandwich gazebo, vagrants welcome. You look in the tub and wonder what a magic potion made of daisies would do. Make someone nice? Where else may I newly interact? I mean, it's whether or not I can go into the... Oh, that's not even there! Dig shovel! I don't have a shovel! Wait a minute, didn't this house have a cellar? Dig with a shovel. I need to go find one of them. This chessboard has been left out on display as an allegory for the battle between good and evil, white as winning, representing the triumph of the witch hunters over the town's terrifying witch cult. That presumably said something else before. Can't tell you what, though. Let's make our way on upstairs and see if they will allow us to push our way past. There we go. This velvet rope is keeping you out of Peter's room, despite the fact you have a legal authority to search it. Kind of. I get rid of it. You unhook the leather rope and stash it somewhere out of mind. Door's no longer blocked off. I go in, there's a toy box. Wow, this kid had his very own sculpture of a toy box. It's solid mahogany! A half-height dressing mirror. I bend down to take a look, and I'm gonna say goodbye. A custom child height window. This child's bed from 100 years ago is still nicer than any bed you've ever owned. Ouch. Peter Proctor's nightstand. It doesn't matter if it's true, it's still hurtful. Peter Proctor's nightstand, you presume. I search it. The only thing inside is a sheet of paper listing several things that have been taken away by the Historical Society for restoration and cataloguing. A bag of fancy glass marbles and steel ball bearings, a fake spider made of horsehair and copper wire, stuff like that. Nothing that seems relevant to the trial. I checked the hidden compartment though. You reach inside the drawer and feel around until you find a little catch that makes the secret compartment pop open. Oh, what's this? You got an item, 7 ragdoll arm. That's suspicious, but isn't the problem with Patricia's dolls that it has too many arms? What is this? You've already found the doll arm, there's nothing else relevant here. Fair point, well made. Okay, so that's 2. So it was that she'd made a doll. It was the curse, the writing on the wall. Oh, jeez, I've forgotten the final one. Do I have a note for it? My to-do. I do not. Oh, man. I literally cannot remember for the absolute life of me right now. That's okay. It's not that far a walk to figure it out. I mean, is it going to say it here? Ah, it's too weathered to be read. I see. I was hoping that I would just be able to go, well, I mean, you know what it says, though. Let's just walk up to that sign here. There we go. Dumb-looking doll. The pocket watch, of course. Thomas Danforth's pocket watch. So how do we deal with that? Because the Danforth's estate is this one. No secret passage, there's zero reason for you to expect there to be one. So, is it that there is a secret passage back there and I need to, like... I mean, I've managed to make it behind the counter. That doesn't seem like it's helping anything. Or anyone. Ever. I'm gonna keep my current boon. But I pet the cat regardless. Danforth residence is being converted into a gift shop for your convenience. Why not take home a jar of sandwich cream? It's the village's chief export besides witchcraft. You can't be going to that hobo in the hobo cave, right? That wouldn't make that much sense. Probably not going to be related to the Proctor family. The graveyard seems like probably the largest, still as of yet uninteracted with area. In terms of solving any puzzles. Teresa, Clarence, Thomas, so yeah, we know. We've met them. There's the Hollow Tombstone, Proctor in General. He was a duty head until the very end. Actually, Patience. It's Marianne Putnam. No, she wasn't one of the kids. I thought it was only the kids that were at the trial who had their gravestones defaced, possibly. Let's check out that sign again, just in case it's reminder of anything important. Check out how many of them were terrifying witches who were executed in the witch trials of 1960. It just travels. It just travels. I don't know what to tell you. 1692 is the actual number I intended to read out there, though. Let's go back to the past and see what's up there. Maybe we go back to a slightly further point of the past. And we can do additional different things. I ran into Tom at the church.
Oh my, yes.
Probably not the right voice, right? Ah, that's okay.
Oh my, yes. He takes after his father. He's got a nose in his book. Always got a nose in a book. It'd be nice if they got to spend more time together, but the pocket watch Clarence got Tom for his birthday's helped.
Pocket watch?
Yes, a fine gold pocket watch. To help keep track of when he'd be back, Clarence said. Tom really cherishes it. Do you know the boy said he wants to be buried with that watch?
Buried with it? Huh. Wow. Talk to you later. I figured out why the cemetery's important. I need to be able to dig. Where do I get a shovel? Danforth. Wait, hang on. Danforth's over here. Dig it up requires shovel, yeah. I mean, hardware store, right? You gotta have a shovel. A squirrel chatters angrily at you from a nearby hollow tree, presumably trying to scare you away from its stash. A real tactical mistake on its part, since now you know where its stash is. It scampers away as you peer into the hole. You find not just the expected nuts, but also several wallets? Huh. Has this squirrel been mugging hikers? Maybe you should get out of here before it comes back with a knife. Hey, buddy. Absolutely you do not have a shovel. Does anyone? Did you sell all of your shovels to the dam? I'll understand. Well, I'll understand that it happened, not why. I don't have to promise why, right? Fairyland, pet store, museum, distillery, junkyard. You know what? Junkyard. That sounds like a place where we might find a shovel. But, considering we're looking at opening an entirely new area so that we can return to a previous one, that seems like a good transitioning point for an episode where my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been West of Shadows Over Loathing. It's been Shadows Over Loathing. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. Serious playlist up in the top left, YouTube recommendation down below. Hey, stream past the names of people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/Rhapsody plays out or above the thanks, and a special thanks to this episode to Silly. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourself.